5 plus 4 plus 6 minus 8 equals.
No. 7.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, stand up. You're going to get 2 more. 8 plus 6 plus 5 minus 5 equals.
14.
Yes. And one more. 5 plus 5 times 2 plus 4 equals.
24.
Yes. Very good. Okay, row 2, stand. Now, as we get better with these and more practice, we'll be faster. Ready? Row 2. 2 times 6 plus 2 minus 4 equals.
10.
10. Okay, here's another one. 12 minus 4 plus 9 minus 7 equals.
10.
10. Okay, next. 15 minus 4 plus 8 plus 3 equals.
28. 26. 10.
I'll say it one more time. 15 minus 4 plus 8 plus 3 equals.
22.
Yes. Okay, row 3. 2 times 9 plus 6 minus 3 equals.
21.
Okay, next. 7 plus 4 times 1 minus 3 equals.
8.
Next. 2 times 5 minus 2 plus 1 equals.
9.
All right. Okay. Row 4. Row 4, ready? 5 plus 7 plus 2 equals.
Wait, 14.
Next one. 1 times 9 plus 5 equals.
14.
You don't have to raise your hand. And then one more. 2 times 7 plus 8 minus 3 equals.
19.
Very good. All right, row 5. Ready, row 5? 2 times 9 plus 5 minus 2 equals.
22.
Close. Jensen. Yeah. Okay. 2 times 12 plus 4 1 equals?
27.
Last one. 5 minus 2 times 2 plus 5 equals?
11.
Very good. So, you can have a seat. So some of you, and you know what, it depends, I'm going to mix it up a little. That way you're not always competing against the same people. Okay, so I might do the first person in each row or second person. Okay, we'll change it up. So, very good. All right, today we are going to talk about something we've kind of already been talking about. We're going to take a number and we're going to rename it. So basically what you're doing is you're taking a number and you're breaking it into its values, which we have been doing already. So turn to page 23 in your math book. And remember these? Okay. What does this stand for?
1,000.
1,000. So instead of drawing each little individual block, we're just going to say that a cube represents 1,000. Right? So I'm not the greatest artist, but okay, so a cube equals 1,000. And then this is how much?
100.
100. So we're just going to say that a square represents 100. And then we've got these.
10.
10. So we're going to say that this bar looking thing is 10. Now, that little tiny little square
1.
is 1. So a little square equals 1. Okay? We're going to use these symbols to help us represent the numbers. So for number 1, it says, and actually, you know what they even do for this? They don't even draw it like that. They just draw a line, and then that's a little dot is 1. Okay? They make it even easier than I made it. So use the symbols above to draw different pictures to show the same value. And then write the value. So for number 1, they give us 240, and I think they already drew it, right? So they drew 2 hundreds and then 4 tens. So it's 240. So next to where it says hundreds, what are we going to write? 2 hundreds. Okay. 2 hundreds. And then next to tens, we're going to write 4, right? And then how many ones were there? 0. Number 1 is 2 hundreds, 4 tens, 0 ones. Now, we're going to take that same number and we can write it in a different way, but it still has the same value. So, see how they renamed it? What did they do to rename it? Jensen?
Rename. And what they also did is instead of hundreds, they made it so it's all tens.
Right. So instead of drawing a square like this to represent 100, they drew 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it means the same thing, it's just renamed, right? Just like I am the same person, but I might be Mrs. Muller, I might be Mom, I might be Kelly, I might be Aunt Kelly. I have lots of names, but I'm still me. Same with this number. It's still the same number, it just has a different name. So, how many tens did they use to rename next, the 240? How many tens did they use? Look, they used once.
24.
Yeah, they used 24 tens because they did 10 tens, and then they did 10 more tens, and then they did 4 tens. Because we've got 100, 200, 40. So 24 tens. But does it still mean 240? Yes. Still is the same amount. Alright, now they renamed it even more and did ones. How many ones did they use? 240 ones. So back up a little bit to the 24 tens. Did they use any ones? No, they only used tens. So put 0. And then 241. So you see how each one is still 240, it's just renamed. Number 2, we have 319. So we have to come up with 3 ways to write that number. So what's one way we could write that number? Jacob?
Put 3 squares.
Okay, so that represents 300, so draw 3 squares.
And then put 1 10 stick
Mm-hmm.
and 9 ones.
Yes. Alright, so we got 100, 200, 300. Man, I'm just falling apart up here. And then 10, and then 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. So we used how many hundreds? 3 hundreds. How many tens? 1 10. And how many ones? 9 ones. Okay. Now what's another way we can write 319, but we're not going to use hundreds. We're only going to use tens and ones. Marissa? You raised your hand. You know the answer? Don't raise your hand unless you know the answer. Anybody? Jensen?
You would put 30 tens.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then actually we would need another 10, right? So we've
I
got,
said 3 10. 3 pairs of 30 tens.
right, so we've got 100, 200, 300, and then we need one more 10 to make 10, right? And then what? Right, and then 9 ones. Okay, everybody should be drawing these in your book. So how many tens did we draw?
31 tens.
Right, 31 tens. And then how many ones? 9 ones. Now it still is the same value. name one more time without drawing pictures, write the answer. So that would be a lot of ones to write. That's why they said don't draw it. So how many ones could we draw to equal 319? 319 ones. But we'd be here all day. Okay?
What's to confuse you?
Hmm?
What's to confuse you?
Alright, so everyone have that on the board? I can erase this?
Yes. Yes.
I'll do the next one now.
Yeah.
Our next number is a little bit bigger. 1,246. How can we draw that using 1,000s, hundreds, tens, and ones? Micah? What can we draw for that? Okay, so we need 1 cube to equal 1,000. And then what did you say for hundreds? Just one square? 2 squares. Yeah, you're supposed to be drawing these. No, we're past that. That was, we're down the next one. The one at the end of number 2 is just 319 ones. You just write the answer because it's too many ones to draw. So we've got 1,200, and then how many tens should we draw? Mason?
4.
Good. 4 tens. And how many ones?
6.
6. So basically you're drawing pictures to represent the numbers. So we're doing art in math. So how many 1,000s do we do? 1. How many hundreds? 2. How many tens? 4. How many ones? 6. Alright, we're going to take this same number, 1,246, and we're going to rename it, but we're not going to use thousands. We're only going to use hundreds, tens, and ones. So how many hundreds would I need to draw to help me represent? Good job, Jed. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Mrs. Muller. Strong twos. Okay. Now 12, we need to draw 12 squares to represent 1,200.
How are we ever going to fit this in here? Yeah.
They don't fit, you just have to draw little squares. Okay? So we've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. So now we need to draw our tens. How many tens would we draw?
40.
4 tens. And then how many ones? 6. So these symbols and these symbols both represent the same number. And then same with the question above. It says rename one more time without drawing pictures. Write the answer. So how many tens would we draw if we were going to draw tens? times would that be?
400.
Okay, so for every 1,000, there's 10 tens, right? Yes.
I'm guessing 120.
Close. 124. So basically, you're just taking the thousands, hundreds, and tens place, and each one is going to represent. Okay, so 124 tens, and then how many ones?
Or 6.
6 ones. All right. I think I'm going to do the back with you as well. Okay? Tell you what, if you want to do it on your own, you can go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it on the board with those who want me to help them. All right, so on the back, draw different pictures to show the same value. So for number 1, we have 2,569. Okay, what's one way I can draw that using 1,000, hundreds, tens, and ones? Jensen?
2 1,000s.
Okay, so 2 cubes. And then how many hundreds?
It would be 500
Good.
hundreds.
Yep, 5 hundreds. And then how many tens?
6.
Mm-hmm. And then how many ones?
9.
9. Good. So we used 2 1,000s, 5 hundreds, 6 tens, and 9 ones. Now, let's rename it, but we're not going to use thousands. How many hundreds would I draw? Are your guys' brains frozen? Wake your brain up. Nicholas.
25.
Awesome. Okay, you could draw 25 hundreds.
That'd be weird.
So we're gonna just draw a 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five rows and 5 columns. And everybody is doing this. No shortcuts. You just gotta do it.
I don't have room for mine.
Well, you gotta make room. Draw smaller squares.
Wait, is this in remains or? Wait.
You gotta draw
Whoa.
smaller squares.
Oh, I wish there was a thing that said, do not draw.
You gotta look ahead and see how much room you have and then try to fit your pictures in there. Now I knew that 5 times 5 was 25, so that's why I did 5 by 5. How many tens would I draw?
6.
6 tens. many ones?
9.
9 ones.
How many tens again?
It's right here. 6 tens. Okay, so that represents the same number. 2500s, 6 tens, 9 ones. Alright, number 2. Who wants to do number 2? Tell me how many hundreds, tens, and ones I would draw to represent 784. How many hundreds, Jana?
700s.
Good. Okay, 700s, and then how many tens?
8 tens.
8 tens. You guys can just tell me the answer.
4 ones.
And then how many ones? 4. Good, you're getting the hang of it. So 700s, 8 tens, and 4 ones. Now, let's rename it only using tens and ones. So, how many tens would I need? If each of these is 10 tens, so I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 78. So, I need to draw 78 tens. So, ready?
Wait,
It's easy if you group them into tens. Here's a 10, here's a 10, here's 10 tens, here's 10 tens, here's 10 tens. That way I can look at it and see this is 100, 100, 100. And then 8. Mason, do you have trouble seeing it? 78 tens. If you're just going to draw lots of sticks, it's harder to count them. So group them into tens, 10 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 78. And then how many ones would we need? 4 ones. Okay, so we've got 78 tens and 4 ones. Volunteer to read the riddle at the bottom of the page. Autumn?
The digit in my 1 millions, 1,000s, and hundreds place in the same number as the number of the day in 1 week. My 10,000 and 1,000 place have a digit that has no value. My 100,000s and tens place are the same number as the number of the month of February. Which number am I? What number
Okay,
am I?
see if you can write the number of the riddle. Raise your hand when you think you've got the number. Kenzie? Anna? digit in my 1 millions, 1,000s, and hundreds places is the same number as the days in 1 week. We'll start with that. Okay, so does anyone know the number? All right, well, let's figure it out together then. So the digit in your 1 millions place, your 1,000s place, and your hundreds place is what number?
7.
7, because that's how many days are in 1 week. So we put a 7 here, 7 here, and a 7 here. You know it? What do you think it is, Jed?
207,720.
You're right. Good job. So we've got that, and then the next sentence is my 10,000s right here, and my ones place have a digit that has no value. So what number is that? 0. And then my 100,000s here and tens places are the same number as the number of the month of February. What number of month in the year does it come? January, February, so it's the second month. So number 2. And that's it. What number am I? Read it with me. 7,207,720. Very good. You may put your books away.
Mrs. Muller,